I got peace like a river, peace like a river, peace like a river in my soul. Oh, oh, I have peace like a river, peace like a river, peace like a river in my soul. I have joy overflowing, joy overflowing, joy overflowing in my soul. I have joy overflowing, joy overflowing, joy overflowing in my soul. I got love like an ocean, love like an ocean, love like an ocean in my soul. I have love like an ocean, love like an ocean, love like an ocean in my soul. This is the Attend to My Word online crusade. Heritage International online Tribune. Volume 22, number 27. Our partner, Carlton Tax Service, electronic filing refunds. As Deacon Ernest Carlton is the owner. And let him know that Josephine Dickinson told you about him. All right, 2 Chronicles, the 10th chapter. And all the leaders of Israel came to Shechem for Rehoboam's coronation. Meanwhile, friends of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, sent word to him of Solomon's death. He was in Egypt at the time where he had gone to escape from King Solomon. He now quickly returned and was present at the coronation and led the people demand on Rehoboam. Your father was a hard master, they said. Be easier on us than he was, and we will let you be our king. Rehoboam told them to return in 3 days for his decision. He discussed their demand with the old men who had counseled his father Solomon. What should I tell them? He asked. And so they said, if you want to be their king, they replied, you will have to give them a favorable reply and treat them with kindness. But he rejected their advice and asked the opinion of the young men who had grown up with him. What do you fellows think I should do? He asked. Should I be easier on them than my father was? And they replied, no. Tell them if you think my father was hard on you, just wait and see what I'll be like. Tell them my little finger is thicker than my father's loins. I'm going to be tougher on you, not easier. My father used whips on you, I'll use scorpions. So when Jeroboam and the people returned in 3 days to hear King Rehoboam's decision, he spoke roughly to them, for he refused the advice of the old men and followed the counsel of the younger ones. My father gave you heavy burdens, but I will give you heavier, he told them. My father punished you with whips, I'll punish you with scorpions. So the king turned down the people's demands. God caused him to do it in order to fulfill his prediction spoken to Jeroboam by Ahijah the Shilonite. When the people realized what the king was saying, they turned their backs and deserted him. Forget David and his dynasty, they shouted angrily. We'll get someone else to be our king. Let Rehoboam rule his own tribe of Judah. Let's go home. So they did. The people of the tribe of Judah, however, remained loyal to Rehoboam. Afterwards, when King Rehoboam sent from the other tribes of Israel, the people stoned him to death. Afterwards, when King Rehoboam sent Hadoram to draft forced labor from other tribes of Israel, the people stoned him to death. When this news reached King Rehoboam, he jumped into his chariot and fled to Jerusalem. And Israel has refused to be ruled by a descendant of David to this day. 2 Chronicles 11th chapter. Ooh. Chapter 11. Now, upon arrival at Jerusalem, Rehoboam mobilized the armies of Judah and Benjamin, 180,000 strong, and declared war against the rest of Israel in an attempt to reunite the kingdom. But the Lord told Shimei the prophet, "Go and say to King Rehoboam of Judah, Solomon's son, to the people of Judah and of Benjamin, the Lord says, or thus saith the Lord, do not fight against your brothers. Go home, for I am behind their rebellion." So they obeyed the Lord and refused to fight against Jeroboam. Okay. Jeroboam. Okay. Rehoboam stayed in Jerusalem and fortified these cities of Judah with walls and gates to protect himself: Bethlehem, Etham, Tekoa, Beth-zur, Soko, Adullam, Gath, Maresha, Ziph, Adoram, Lachish, Azekah, Zorah, Ajalon, and Hebron. He also rebuilt and strengthened the forts and manned them with companies of soldiers under their officers and stored them with food, olive oil, and wine. Shields and spears were placed in armories in every city as a further safety measure, for only Judah and Benjamin remained loyal to him. However, the priests and the Levites from the other tribes now abandoned their homes and moved to Judah and Jerusalem. For King Jeroboam had fired them, telling them to stop being priests of the Lord. He had appointed other priests instead, who encouraged the people to worship idols instead of God, and to sacrifice to carved statues of goats and calves, which he placed on the hills. Laymen, too, from all over Israel began moving to Jerusalem, where they could freely worship the Lord their God of their fathers. And sacrifice to him. This strengthened the kingdom of Judah, so King Rehoboam survived 3 years without difficulty, for during those years there was an earnest effort to obey the Lord, as King David and King Solomon had done. Rehoboam married his cousin Mahalath. She was the daughter of David's son. Jeremoth of Abihail, the daughter of David's brother Eliab. 3 sons were born from this marriage: Jeush, Shemira, and Zaham. Later he married Maacah, the daughter of Absalom. The children she bore him were Abijah, Attiah, Zizah, and Shelimuth. He loved Maacah more than any of his other wives and concubines, and had 18 wives, 60 concubines, 28 sons, 60 daughters. Maacah's son Abijah was his favorite, and he intended to make him the next king. He very wisely scattered his other sons in fortified cities throughout the land of Judah and Benjamin, and gave them large allowances, and arranged for them to have several wives apiece. All right.